Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Fanyoy and um, I created this channel because I want to teach other girlies like myself how to build your dream body from the inside out. So, not just to look good on the outside, but to also feel at home in your body. Enjoy this vessel that we've been blessed with. And so for me, for as long as I can remember, I've had like body image issues, which is not unique, as a lot of women that I know do. And because of that, that's kind of what has led me through my journey of just self healing. And so, a little bit background. So, I am, I came to America. I'm 29 years, no, I'm 28. I'll be 29 in November. But I came to America. I'm originally Cameroonian. I came to America when I was about 11. And one of the first things, we all know those African aunties, they mean well, but one of the first things that I was told when I came here was don't gain weight. Like, don't, people constantly watching how much I'm eating, the hyper fixation on like gaining weight. And being an 11-year old, I absorbed a lot of your fears around gaining weight, and that kind of started my journey into just having very distorted image with my body. And so I feel like since then I've just felt like constantly in a race of trying to make sure I always had like the perfect body, or just trying not to gain weight, trying everything out there, and just never feeling satisfied in my body. I have notes here, so if you see me looking down, it's just to make sure I'm covering everything. And so, like, even in high school, like, at least when I went to high school, like, bulimia, anorexia, like, that was the thing that a lot of girls suffered from. I do not have a gag reflex, so bulimia was out of the question for me. But I did think about it, like, that was the extreme as to how much of an obsession to like be skinny was, and also and starving myself, that was also not an option. I like food. My mom cooks great food, like, no. So I got into sports. Sports was one of the ways that I played soccer, ran track, softball. I was very active. And so that was kind of what helped me, like, not to basically become too overweight. So I was able to, like, manage and maintain it, but it constantly felt like I was running against a race, and then, like, let's combine with eating the school lunches, which is basically poison. Um, I just never felt safe in my body. And then fast track to college. At least when I was in high school, even my parents, my mom always cooked and me. So, like, even if we had school lunches, we still had home cooked dinners at home to help offset that. So I think that was what kind of helped me, my family, kind of maintain on the outside a fairly healthy weight, but still feeling really fat on the inside. Like, it's actually crazy when I look at pictures, how I felt. I remember how I felt versus what the pictures actually look now in hindsight. And I see how crazy I was. But that was the culture that we grew up in. Like, girls being fixated, even till now, like, that's just something that a lot of women struggle with, just your body image, whether you're actually aesthetically that way, the ideal weight, or you're overweight, you still never feel at home in your body. But fast forward to college, I was a pre-med, and my junior year, that's when things got super duper busy, and I had zero time to work out. And also, most of the food that I had access to in the cab, my goodness, I never realized what a privilege it was to have access to home cooked meals, home cooked African meals at home until I got to college. And because all I had access to was the junk food, and I was barely getting any exercise because I was working multiple jobs while taking myself through school, while being president of like multiple clubs. I was doing it all. And so I completely neglected my body, and that was when I've gained the most weight I've ever gained in my life. And I was just like, and I was like, I just started my 20s, and I've been told when you get to your 20s, your metabolism slows down. Like, I need to find a permanent solution. The the way I've been doing things before was just not working. And I still found myself in that space of literally trying to outrun the weight gain. Like, I trained for a marathon, literally for that, a half marathon. I graduated around 2018, still, with that. Okay, let me track back a bit. So my junior year, yes, I was extremely um, unwell. Like, in my body, I gained way more weight than I've ever gained in my life. But I did study abroad my senior year in college, and I was in Senegal. And the quality of the food, even if I wasn't eating the healthiest, because I ate a lot of bread there, but the way they make their bread is very different from the bread in the US. And I ate a lot more protein, and I walked a lot more. I did not go to the gym, not even once, while I was in Senegal. And all that weight washed off without me even thinking about it, without me even trying. Like, it just melted off. Like, I remember when I came back and my dad picked me up from the airport. He was like, oh, were they feeding you? Because you look like a stick. And I was just like, what are you talking about? I didn't even notice how much weight I lost until I came back to the States, and people kept telling me. And that's when I started really paying attention to like how I can start to really incorporate some of the things that I did unintentionally. I enjoy walking, and I used to walk a lot in Dakar. Even though it was hot, I walked almost damn near everywhere. And just walking alone like melted that off. And in combination, I ate a lot of the host family I live with. They ate a lot of meat. So even though I was having carbs, but the most that was bulk of my food was like goat meat, different types of protein, fish. I was eating a whole lot, and that was a little bit of my introduction to the power of protein and something in just lifestyle in general. And one thing I really loved about when I was in Dakar was at night after everyone has had dinner, the family would just go on a walk. It's cooler at night, so everyone is just going and walking up and down. You see people with your families, and that helps. I don't even think they knew, they just do it. That's just something to do as a culture. But also, from a biological standpoint, that really helps with digesting the food you just ate, especially right since they ate kind of late, right before you go to sleep. And so when I came back to the States, the vegan diet was the thing that was, really, really was really popping. And I did not want to gain back. I started slowly gaining back the weight just after being like a month in the US, and I was scared. I didn't want to gain that back, so I decided I'm going to go vegan. And also I also learned a lot more about the African diet, And I saw that a lot of West African dishes, if I just tweak it a little bit, most of it is actually very healthy. And a lot of it does not have dairy in it. So the only thing I would have to do is just remove the meat, and I can eat um, my regular African diet, and just turn it vegan. Like you can make rice and tomato stew, fufu and okra. Just remove like all those meats from there. And so I did that, and oh my god, no, 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 no. That was a no no for me. Like my after I did it for about almost a year, and my hair I noticed was like thinning. I was weaker. Um, and no, that just did not work for me. And then moving back home after college, you seen your mom cooking all this delicious food, and she has meat in there and you can't eat it, or you take out the meat. Like, no, it was just too much. So I stopped the vegan diet because I didn't feel good in my body. Now granted, some people, their gut microbiome does sustain that. It's better and healthier for them to do that, but for me that did not work. And so I went back to the way I was normally doing things, trying to eat as little as possible and doing excessive cardio. And then I took a nutrition course just to learn. The course was more so to learn how to eat, and really lock in those habits, make it embody those habits, so you're not constantly in a place where for a few months you're eating right and then you fall back where you're at. So like for me, that's basically what I've been doing my entire life. I felt like, where I will go for a few months where I'm eating right, drinking the green smoothies, blah blah blah, and then I'll go right back off to like the junk food, the food that I'm not allowed to really eat. And this course like changed my life forever in the way, like a lot of things I was speculating, it just confirmed it. And in this course I learned that, like, they even said, if the guy who was teaching the course, he even said, um I think the course is Wild Fit, yeah, where he mentioned that if he had to be in one place in the world where he could easily have access to nutritious healthy food round the clock, it would be in West Africa. He would rather be somewhere in the jungle of West Africa because of just the diversity and richness and like the food. And granted, it was talking more of like in the wild, but a lot of the different foods that like was mentioned within the program, because a lot of it is to teach you how to eat intuitively, but and also not letting food control you. You dictate how you get to eat. And so that, with my own experience learning that, and my experience of just knowing Cameroonian dishes and knowing the types of ingredients that I normally put in my food, and just knowing how to read ingredients lists and all those things, like finally learning that clicks for me. And if I could just summarize like the main thing that you need for like a good diet, I would even say like just making sure you eat a whole lot of protein, clean protein from animals, and vegetables, rotating the different types of vegetables you enjoy, and then some carbs, and also fats. Healthy fats are really good for you too. So like it made it it made it nutrition less complicated for me, because the older I got, exercise was not doing as much as I wanted it to do. And I also learned that like exercise can only take you so far. And but nutrition is really the key. And also, bad nutrition is exercise will never replace bad nutrition. So regardless of whether you're fit or not, or have the most aesthetically pleasing body, you still need to eat healthy for the rest of your life if you want to grow old with gracefully. And so um it became like something that, I just love learning about, like, wellness, lifestyle stuff. Like, how could I easily incorporate these habits into things that I'm already doing so it's sustainable? So I was able to, you know, from listening to different, like, functional medicine physicians, or doctors who have, really taken time to learn more about nutrition, because that's just stuff that's not taught in medical school. And my own experience, I felt like I unlocked it for me, my journey based on where I'm at, like, but like the framework can be applied to anyone and almost any culture. So like that's what I'm going to be teaching here, the things that you can do practically, and also things that you can do energetically, from a mental health, spiritual health perspective, to help integrate all of those into you, not just building your dream body from the outside, but also feeling really connected to your body, and enjoying your body, that it's constantly healing on its own. It's constantly doing things without us even thinking about it. And so now when you create the environment for it to thrive, which you can easily do that, um, you see how it thanks you, with the amount of energy you get back, with how good you feel in your body. Because I've also lost weight from a place of using unhealthy tools, and I did not feel good in my body, and it felt stressful. I was burnt out. And so for me, I'm like, you know, like, I can't keep doing this for the rest of my life. Like, eventually I felt like I'm just gonna give up. And I also learned that instead of looking at, wellness, nutrition as like a destination, in my head it kept thinking, once I get to a certain body size, then I won't have to keep doing everything I'm doing. But I had to switch that over and just understand that this is a journey, and you're for the rest of our lives, we're gonna have to take care of ourselves. Like, you are your greatest life project, and if you do not take the time to take care of yourself, trust me, in a few years your body will force you to create that time. And so that's when I got really obsessed with, like, just how can I make this easier so it doesn't feel like something separate from me, but no, it's part of who I am on a daily basis. And now, like, something like even wanting to work out, or my cravings have changed, by just tweaking these little things consistently over time, because this is not about perfection, this is about slow progression over time, that you're able to change your habit. And when you change the habit, the results are going to happen naturally. Like, there are moments in my life where I'm so busy I can't really work out as much as I want to, and because I still eat a pretty healthy diet, I'm able to still lose weight if I want to. I'm able to sustain and maintain the weight if I want to. So, um, and now I'm not just losing the weight, but I'm also doing it from a state of me loving and appreciating my body, feeling connected with her, feeling more joy and not disconnected, and not always nitpicking. Like, I do have days where, yes, I'll be bloated, and that is fine. And usually that's because I haven't been eating the right stuff. And so I just go back to what I know I need to do, and I enjoy my meals. It's not a punishment. It's not I'm also not doing this because, oh, Because one thing that we mistake a lot is we think when we get that dream body, then we will feel worthy. But it's from a because I feel worthy, I'm going to um, I'm going to take care of this body that I've been blessed with. And this is a lifelong journey. And we live in the, especially if you live in the States abroad, the lifestyle makes it easy for you to be disconnected from your body, gain weight, just not take care of yourself. And so you think that you have to do these drastic things. And it's like, no, 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 no. You don't have to do drastic things to build the body that you want. You just need to just start incorporating healthy habits, something as simple as walking in nature. I feel like that helps with your mental, physical health and just connecting with your body. And so, um, like you don't have to, or even something as simple as making sure you get enough sleep. Like sometimes we make things harder than they actually are. And, and no, like I am finally in a stage in my life where at least when it comes to taking care of my body, it's not something I need to think about. It's just something that I do. And for the most part, I would say like 80% of the time, like I feel really good. I feel energized to work out. I I don't need much to like even feel happy. Like I can look in the mirror on my best and worst day and still love what I'm looking at. And I feel like something that's even wrong with a lot of the fitness industry is they hyper fixate on like the goal and also not the person that you're becoming in the process. Like I know a lot of girlies with the most perfect body you would ever think, but they can't see that because they they see their project as their body as like an ever-changing moving project that once this gets fixed then I'll feel good. But it's always the other way around. Like you're never going to you're gonna have to train yourself to feel at home in your body. That way you can have both. Like no one is saying that you can't have it has to be this or the either. You don't have to hate your body to lose the weight or maintain a healthy body weight. No, you can love it, and because you love it, you want to lose the excess fat, because sometimes that excess fat is your body not feeling safe. So it's clinging on to the extra fat as a way of creating safety within your body. And we live too in America where it's a food desert. So a lot of people just don't know like what to eat. And for my African girlies, like I'm going to teach you how you can still, you don't have to necessarily completely give up every single African food out there. I love I love food, but I especially love African food. And I love food, but I'm also kind of picky. So like when I like something, I really, really like it and enjoy it. But I also don't like everything. And because of that, I had to make it a big thing for me to find what worked for me. And, I experimented with so many different dishes, especially African food. And now, I have a whole catalog of things that I can easily do to just create that symbiosis within my body, whether it's via nutrition, mental, physical, because all of those are interconnected. They affect, your mental health affects your body weight, your gut microbiome, your gut affects your mental health and your spiritual health and how you feel about yourself. So like you find out, like for me, it started with the obsession of wanting to basically have my dream body. And in that journey, I learned how to heal other aspects of me as a whole entity. And so that's why I want to, you know, like I've been blessed to have a natural love for learning about myself. Like I realized this about myself. Like all these things, this whole journey I've been on was because I got obsessed with myself, learning about myself. Like, why do I do the things that I do? Why do I even want this body that I said I do? And from those questions has led me to so many different mentors, so many different courses that I've taken to learn more about myself from inside out. And I want to share those same blessings that I've been blessed with. So if you want to build your dream body inside out and become your own dream girl, I highly suggest you continue watching and learning, and let me know too if there's ever anything you guys want me to talk more about, if I'm knowledgeable about that. More, I will absolutely love to, yeah, to just teach on more on those topics. And yeah, that's a little bit snippet of my background, and I'm excited that I get to yap. I'm a certified yapper, so I'm finally creating a platform where I can yap about all the things I'm learning and I'm using currently to help me become my own dream girl, create a life that I truly enjoy, and feeling good in my body, feeling sexy, feeling fun and light. And I get to share that with you guys. Till next time.